beat my grandfather and grandmother had 11 kids. And but it's so strange. They say judicial candidates are not allowed to talk, and when you're used to talking so much, it's very difficult because you want to talk a lot. But we're not allowed. All we can say is that we will be fair and impartial. And I can give my qualifications, so I'll just say this very quickly. Vicky Palladino is running so strong in one of my districts. I'm so grateful to have that ability to have a city councilwoman that is so strong in my district. So we're not allowed, as a judicial candidate, I'm not allowed to back people, but it's so important to get the vote out for her, because getting the vote out for her will get the vote out for me. And I just want to tell you a real quick story. I've had so many Democrats come up to me. People in the party, Democratic committee people, have come up to me to say that they are backing me, that they are not backing my opponent because they are so fed up and they know what is going on. My opponent was found not qualified by the bar associations. No one in the court system has ever met her. She's never practiced. I have been found qualified the last 2 years by the New York City Bar, by the Queens County Bar. And so we are getting a lot of support, and I have my spies within the Democratic Party, and they've told me they are really, really scared because the Republican Party in Queens is doing so well. The communities, especially the Asian communities in Flushing and in the other areas, they are coming on so strong for Vicky Palladino and for other Republicans and for Bernard Chow. I hear it all the time when I'm in Asian communities. They're voting for Bernard Chow, they're voting for Vicky Palladino, and they're going to vote for me too. And the Democrats are scared stiff. So let's keep up the pressure and let's do everything we can to get all these city council people in. Thank you.
Thank you. No matter what candidate says it up here, I just want to tell you, you have to get out and vote. Nothing's guaranteed. I don't care how many Democrats say I'm going to vote. We got to get everybody out because we get too cushy. Oh, he's got it, so I'm not going to go out and vote. We need everybody out to win. To win this, we need everybody out. Our next candidate right now, just so you know, Eric Adams only won with 27% of the people voting. So nobody comes out. When you get in your mindset that you don't have to come out, oh, he's got it in, I'm not coming out, that's when you lose. You have to get out and vote. You have to leave here, have 10 or 20 of your people, get out and vote. We want to make sure that our family's safe. So please, nothing's a shoo-in. You got to make sure everybody gets out, and then we'll win this easily. Not easily. We got to get out and work for it. Our next candidate I want to introduce, he's going to introduce where he's running, and he's going to give a little talk, and we're going to do all of them. We'll start off with Bernard Chow, since he's right here.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. My name is Bernard Chow. I'm running for City Council District 23, which starts at Fresh Meadow, going from 188th Street all the way to the edge of Long Island. From Long Island Expressway all the way down to Jamaica Avenue. It's pretty good square, okay? And I'm here in front of a Republican Party, okay? So everyone here, pretty much we all have the same value. So I don't need to tell you how important education is. I don't need to tell you how important ownership, property ownership is, because we all treasure them. I don't need to tell you how important police are. It's just a matter of fact that you need to understand just by yourself, just by ourselves, it's not enough. We need to start building our support group. We need to talk to our neighbor. We don't need to be shy. There's a lot of us out there. We will be just being silenced. This year we need to change. I heard that this year is going to be, Councilman Bob said this year is a critical year. This year could be the last critical year. Because if this year falls apart, they're going to be getting together so hard to vote, to go against what we believe in. And after this year, if the number in the city council is not increasing, that is non-Democrat, you really may as well move. But remember, vote first before you move, okay? Your support is very important. Putting up that long sign, putting up that poster, making that extra phone call for some of the candidate, doing that contribution, that $175 or even that $10 helps. Please do. Do whatever you can, whatever you feel comfortable with, do it for us. Do it for the party. Do it for your own value. Do it for your own future, for New York City and for America, okay? Thank you. So for me, I need people to volunteer. I need people on the ground. I need people to bring out a message. This is every one of the candidates needs, is that we need people to go out and bring out our message. And every one of you, you can talk to 10 more persons and get them to volunteer to support our value, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bernard. Our next candidate is, let's do Marvin Jeffcoat. Give a little bio on yourself and say what you want to say, Marvin.
Thanks, Tony. I'm Marvin Jeffcoat. I'm running in the 26th district. That's Woodside, Sunnyside, Long Island City, a little bit of Astoria. And my points, my issues, they're not Republican or Democrat, they're common sense American issues. I want to start off with public safety. Two of my 22 years in the Army, I started out as a military policeman, so I know a little something about order maintenance. First of all, the police are not obligated and cannot protect you. That's your job. And you do that by making sure your government respects the Constitution, starting with your Second Amendment rights. Now, police are responsible for order maintenance. That's what we do. And they can't do that if they're defunded. My opponent, not only does she want to defund the police and make life more dangerous for them and take away their immunity, their qualified immunity, which, by the way, I would take away all immunity except qualified immunity for law enforcement. I would take away judicial, bureaucratic, and executive immunity because they lie, cheat, and steal from us, wizards. They do. But back to the order maintenance. You have to have a strong, viable police department. We had the best police department in the world, and they defunded it. They went into the academy, and they lowered the class strength and size. And then, like Joanne said, they besmudged them. You know, as an MP, I'm not going to sit there and get spit on, beat up, and Molotov cocktails thrown at me. We're going to have the outer court on, and we're going to have the inner echelon, and we're going to do some stomp and drag, and we're going to take it down. And that's what it's going to take, because the thug is not going to get back the streets that they took. Not only do they want to defund them, they want to stop them from gathering intelligence. So if you're a member of an organized criminal organization or a gang, she wants that expunged so that they have to go back in and gain valuable intelligence. Guess what that's going to do? It's going to get cops killed. I'm not for that. We're going to refund our police department, and we're going to be proud of our police department once again. Education. People ask me, well, why are you a Republican? I said, because I paid attention in school. Education is key. I want the money to follow the child, not the teachers, not the UFT, which funds my opponent. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce legislation that brings a rule that follows the child, homeschooling, charter schools, and vouchers. I'm young. I'm young. I wish I was. I'm catching up to Tony and eventually Bob. My youngest son goes to St. John's Prep. He went to St. Sebastian's. But my oldest son, like me, had to go through the hell of public school. If you want to put your kid in the school of your choice, you should be able to do that. We pay $26,000 a year for the education of our kids, and they come out illiterate. They can't read or write. We got to get back to reading, writing, and civics. They don't understand the Constitution. They don't know that their rights are being taken away. So they vote for the socialists, who, by the way, she left Korea when she was 8 years old, the same time that I left my first tour in Korea, defending her country on freedom's frontier with her father. And she wants to bring socialism here. That dog don't hunt in my backyard. We're going to get rid of that. All right? Finally, that takes me to economic prosperity. I'm tired of this government abusing us and taking our money to give it to migrants. Listen, I got a solution. Joanne talked about a solution. I got a solution. ADR. Arrest, detain, and repatriate. Remember that. ADR. Arrest, detain, and repatriate. I'm tired of them getting up and talking about how much better they are than us because they're immigrants. Politicians come in and they say, oh, I'm an immigrant. I don't want to hear that. because my wife, my biological father, they immigrated to this country and they became full-blooded Americans. And guess what? My mother, my biological mother, because I'm a foster kid and I love my parents. My biological mother is the daughter, the ancestor, the descendant of slave and slave owner. So I don't want to hear none of that nonsense. We're going to get rid of that. Arrest, detain, and repatriate. But back to your wallet, your pocket. They passed unfunded legislation and they come out with these crazy edicts like, we're going to stick a needle in you whether or not you like it. We're going to stop all of that. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to tell each agency, number one, all of your regulations and laws are going to be scrutinized by the council, and they're going to be debated on the floor of the council. And if we don't like it, that means our constituents don't like it, and it's not going to flow. So we're going to hold them accountable. We're going to defund some people. Let's defund the Department of Health that doesn't do anything to promote public health. But they want to stick poison in your arm. The other thing is, politicians never go back and look at the regulations that they say we're going to do this, and they don't do that, but they take more money out of your pocket. So we're going to review those pieces of legislation and those regulations, and if it doesn't make sense to you, you're going to tell me, and I'm going to get with Bob and Joanne and Vicky and the rest, and we're going to say, no, you're going to change the way your agency does business because you work for us. I'm Marvin Jeffcoat. If you believe like I believe, please visit marvinjeffcoat.net, marvinjeffcoat.net. I need those volunteers, and I need those $10 donations. Thank you all very much.
Stand for Marvin. And it is the Republican Party that's going straight. Let's get that straight. We can all say, listen, I always say life's not a party. Republican Party is what's making everything well. Though you want to stay in New York, got to go Republican or move to Florida, because it's getting worse and worse. Just so you know, Governor Hochul, a wonderful woman who doesn't even ask the Assembly for their vote, just pledged over $1 million for prostitution so they have health care and dental. So now we have seniors who has no dental plans, have nothing, but prostitutions now has dental and health care. We're at a brink where we really have to, and that's why I'm so proud for these candidates today. And we all go out, whatever we can do, even if he's not running in the area, contribute. They get the matching funds. We got to get everybody on. So right now, we're going to also introduce our next candidate, which I'm just going to look in the room I go with right now. I'm going to start off with like the names. Rusat Ram Gopal. How's that, Rusat? Look at the hair on that guy. Huh? Is that unbelievable? Look at that, huh? That's what the color of my hair was when I was that age. I don't know what happened.
Thank you so much to Mr. Tony Nunziato, and please a round of applause for him. He's done a great job as chair. When I came in and I was at the hot dog part over there, he said, you know, I'm a hands-on chair, and I believe it. He's out there while Gregory Meeks is getting, his manicure and his... All right? So, thank you so much to Mr. Nunziato and everyone else. We have some great district leaders here as well, Mr. Grillo, Joe and Ariel. Thank you so much. We have a once-in-a-generation opportunity here this year. All right, 2021, we had some progress. 2022, we had more progress. 2023, we're going to have that red wave because they're not coming out to vote. The Democrats are dejected, and they don't have mayor, president, or governor turning them out. We are angry, and we're going to turn out. We're going to make their low turnout, punish them. We're going to win those races. In my district, I'm running in District 28 for City Council. Only 3,600 of them turned out for their primary this year. Usually that's 11,000, 12,000. We can never beat 11 and 12,000, but we sure as hell can beat 3,600. We have 5,000 Republicans in my area, 18,000 independents. We knock the doors, do the work between now and November, and trust me, coming election day, we're going to win. We're going to pull off a lot of upsets this year. Now, as Mr. Nunziato introduced me earlier, my name is Rusat Ramgopal, and I always like to emphasize my name, Rusat, is USA right in the middle. So some of my cards, let me show you right now. The cards that has USA, Rusat, and then the last name, even better, Ramgopal, is GOP right in the middle. So it was meant to be, USA GOP. Now, my district is 100th Street to Guyborough Boulevard, Liberty to the Belt. Now, we can win that area. I know we can win that area because it used to be Giuliani and Bloomberg country. So if we could have won it then, we can win it again now. You have a lot of people who are, they're fed up with the Democrat policies. So many people have mentioned the word socialist, right? If the Democrats weren't so stupid, we wouldn't even have a shot. we have a predominantly immigrant area there. They left socialism for a reason. Like, my parents left Guyana in the 1980s because it was under socialist dictatorship. They didn't come here for their kid to, stand back and, let the New York City Council become the People's Republic of New York. No, we're not gonna let that happen. We gotta save our city. It's fine, nice, you can say, oh, move to Florida, move to wherever. No, we have to save New York City. Because as Ronald Reagan said, if you lose freedom here, there's nowhere else left to go. As Ronald Reagan also said, immigrants are conservative. They just don't know it yet. When it comes to our main issues, education, public safety, immigrants are going to be voting conservative this year. Asian immigrants, Hispanic immigrants, and we don't even have to make it up. For example, my opponent right now, she supports defunding the police, and I'd say she supports defunding the police. She didn't support it, and she's walking right now. She's still doubling down on it. Miss Ariola, councilwoman, was talking about the pledge earlier. My opponent, she would try to be cute. She didn't sign on to the pledge, but she went to the Daily News right after and said, I support the pledge. So she still supports defunding the police. She wants to shut down Rikers Island in the middle of our crime crisis. She wants to teach her kids, ages 3 through 8, drag queen story hour. If there's anything that needs to be defunded, it's that. All right? I mean, why do you need to teach kids ages 3 through 8 that nonsense? And on top of that, every new migrant that comes in, she wants them to get a free cell phone and a free Metro card. You live in this city, you pay the taxes, you don't get a free cell phone and Metro card, but you have to subsidize somebody just coming up in a bus and getting a free Metro card and a free cell phone. Does that make any sense to you? Nope. Exactly. All their policies are nonsense, all our policies are common sense. That's why we have to get out and vote this year, and we have to get out the vote this year. We're not going to get this opportunity again, so let's make the most out of it, and let's march down the road to victory this November. Thank you so much. Russo, thank you.
Thank you so much. We are a live video, so if you are going to say anything, not that we're embarrassed of it or anything, I just wanted to be aware of it. This young gentleman over here, we have a live video feed, so just, it's all good. This way the world knows what's going on. Also, we're going to go right now, we have Mr. Cao. Would you like to come up, please? Or is it Zhile? Zhile. It's not like Tone, it's Zhile.
My name's Zhile, District 25. There's Jackson High and Amherst Avenue. And I am the Republican candidate that against my opponent, Shika Kashima. And he's the guy who signed the paper to defund the police. And I will be on District 25 against him. So the most important thing is people come out to vote. That's the most important thing. And I'm telling them, we don't vote for that people. Enough is enough. New York, they get the name of Sanctuary City. It's because the United Nations, they are the world's most large organization that handling refugee problem. But when there's a refugee problem in the New York City, the United Nations, they keep silence. And the media help them to cover this up. They change the name from refugee to migrant to asylum seeker. And we all know, 99% of people, they come here, they are not looking for asylum. They are economic refugees because their country, they're doing so badly. They come to the US. So we have weak leadership, like de Blasio, like Mayor Adam. They just like to say yes to everybody, and they doing nothing. We need a stronger leadership to say no. And the government should do what they're supposed to do. Like illegal people, send them to the Homeland Security, send them to the Border Patrol Agency, Border Protection Agency, and refugees, send them to the United Nations. If the government do what they're supposed to do, we not have that many problems. But the government, they doing obviously. So we have to come out and vote and tell them, New Yorker, they don't vote for the Sanctuary City. It's the federal government, Joe Biden, throw it to the box, and then we have to tell them, no. We're going to protect ourselves. We're going to do our own thing. We are not going to listen to the Joe Biden and so ever. Because New Yorker, we run the city. Joe Biden, they do not run the city. Governor Hochul, they don't run the city. We vote for our representative and we run the city. So come out to vote, and if you are not in my district, you can also contribute to the Republican and go to nyccontribute.org, contribute to all Republican candidates. We need your help. Thank you, everybody.
Did I miss any other candidates? Just one notice, we also have the 27th Assembly District. We have a special election going on, they just called it last week. We have a David Hirsch, very proud to give him the line. It's excellent, he's an unbelievable man, we're very excited to watch that race also. Whatever you can do to support that, support the candidates that are in the room, it's all appreciated. We want to make sure New York gets back on the right track in the City Council and the Assembly. Right now, I'd just like to bring up, Tom, you want to bring up something about the Tom Zmich? He was a candidate for the Congress, Tom Zmich, and also he wants to talk something about Afghanistan.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you very much. I'll be real brief. My name is Thomas Zmich. I ran for Congress, District 6 last year, probably again next year. But right now, the main focus is the city council races this year and the assembly race that Tony's talking about in 27. David couldn't make it because today's religious holiday, Saturday. He's observant Orthodox Jew. That's why he couldn't actually come himself. But I do want to make an announcement. This month, on August 26th, is going to be the second anniversary of the withdrawal from Afghanistan, where we lost 13 soldiers. Me and Marvin Jeffcoat, with the Catholic War Veterans, are putting together a memorial event at 11 o'clock in Doughboy Park, 56th Avenue and 56th Street and Woodside Avenue. Okay, for you to come out and join us. We did it last year on the first year anniversary. There was news there and everything. It is very important. That sloppy withdrawal and the embarrassment to our country needs to be recognized, and that's what we stand for as Catholic War Veterans, to make sure no one forgets. No one forgets the sacrifice that our veterans did for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. We have a lot of veterans who are running. So we got to keep that in mind also. I just want to bring up to your attention because we do have a 50-50. And we also have a raffle. But I just want to let you know a little story about Donald Trump. This is a limited edition duck in the shape of our past president, Donald Trump. It's a collectible island. They were brought in from England. You can't get them. And they're here. So you have red, white, blue planter with the Donald Duck Trump. And also what you have is the basket for the barbecue. And you have a wonderful toaster oven. So we have, and the first prize will be 50-50. So it's the last chance. Go see Ray and Myrna and Margaret up there if you want to buy a ticket. It's the last call. And then in about 5 minutes we'll do that. We have coffee and cookies. And then we'll do the raffle. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Please support all the candidates. It's so important that we turn this whole thing around. Thank you.